What's going on, everybody? I hope you are ready. Happy Monday. I've got a lot to break down for you. We got a first look at Jax's new spot, Jax's in Studio City. The Vanderpump Rules cast is under fire for forgiving Tom Sandoval, and Mauricio was just spotted without his wedding ring. I hope you're ready for it because we're going to break it all down right now. You're listening to hashtag No Filter with Zack Peter. That's me, your naturally platinum blonde pop culture connoisseur. I'm the reality TV junkie, self-improvement addict, and host with only the hottest tea spilled fresh all week long.
You're one of my favorite interviewers.
They picked us because we're horny.
Yeah,
right.
And that's your chronic state.
24/7.
Zach, that is really funny.
From the latest news on the Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, and unfiltered convos with your favorite stars, I've got you covered. And yes, I always keep receipts. What's going on? Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a lot of fun. This FYI, just preface, this is being pre-recorded. I'm recording this on Saturday, so if there's any new pressing breaking news, I do apologize. If the world has, been turned upside down since Saturday, but I am currently getting LASIK. So let's hope I don't come out blind. We're going to send all the good, powerful juju that my eyes come back nice and great and perfect. I'm seeing Dr. Alexandra Shabil in the OC. She's great. She's the best when it comes to eyes. So hopefully soon I will see clearly now. The rain is gone. So this is the last time you're actually going to see me wear glasses ever in my whole life. So I'm so excited. But we do have a lot to break down today. We will get into all of it. Where should we start? Mauricio, Jax's. Well, interestingly, so Bethany recently came out and she called Carol Radziwill a liar. Because remember, Carol Radziwill was on Heather McDonald's Juice's Scoop. And she was saying that Michael Cohen is the one that took the photo of Luann's ex, Tom D'Agostino. Remember, he was the one that she was married to for a hot second, and then she found out that he was cheating on her, and Bethany's the one that delivered the news because Bethany received a photo on Real Housewives of New York, right? The OG New York, not the rebooted New York. Well, then Carol went on Heather McDonald's podcast and she was like, no, that's, so it was really Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, who's the one that sent Bethany the photo. That's what he told me, allegedly. And Bethany came out and she's like, LOL, who's Carol Radziwill? She's not a skinny girl. She's a skinny bitch. And she's a liar, right? And so she didn't say all that. I added that in for dramatic effect. But so she basically said that it was somebody else, a mutual friend. Bethany's like, I was texting her and we were laughing about this coming out, but that's not true and blah, blah, blah. Bethany always has to be right. She always has to have the final word. So Bethany's chimed in. She's shut that down. And then now it appears she has teamed up with SAG. Also, not really true. And I know this because I know somebody that is a member of the SAG. So Norma's always in the live chat. Shout out to Norma. We love Norma, right? She comes to the live shows. Like, Norma's a big supporter of the podcast. So Norma actually invited me to a SAG event back in February for Harry Hamlin, and that's where I got to hang out with Lisa Rinna. But anyway, Norma checked in with me and she's like, hey, FYI, Bethany's over here saying that she's joining SAG, or she got SAG to take on all the reality stars. And Norma's like, I called up SAG, and that's not true. So shout out to Norma for busting that low budget tea, because basically Bethany, she screenshotted articles that originated from a press release that was distributed by the attorneys that it seems she's working with to take down NBC and Bravo. So it's like, how you literally put this news out there. It's not like it was news that was picked up or like really, it was literally a press release that was put out there saying, hey, we're in talks with SAG. And all that really means is like, yeah, we've talked to SAG. We called SAG and SAG answered the phone. We're in talks, right? It's like when Ronald Richards, remember when he was like, we're in talks with Erica's legal team to settle her debts with the trustee. And then Erica's attorney's like, yes, we've had conversations, but we're not discussing a settlement. Like, we're not looking to settle. So it's how we play with the words, right? We have to be very careful with what we say, because then, it fans the flames, and Bethany knows what she's doing. She's a brilliant marketer. But no, SAG has not agreed to take on any of the reality stars. It's all super duper preliminary. It's highly unlikely. So SAG is the one that represents the actors, right? Because the writers are on strike and SAG is on strike. And so SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. There's also the Writers Guild. Everybody's on strike right now. Everybody but the reality stars. Everybody but the people that are carrying television right now. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Reality television is having its moment, baby. Own it, baby. Own it. I love reality TV. But I am sad. I want this strike and situation to be resolved. I want everyone to be happy and everyone to be made whole. But I also am I was looking forward to the new season of Stranger Things, the final season, the big season, and the writers are on strike and the actors are on strike and everybody's on strike. And I'm can we just resolve the strike and give the people what they want? Power to the people. We'll see what happens. But no, Bethany's not joining SAG. Salt Lake City. Real Housewives. The trailer dropped. Mary Cosby is back. It looks so good. I don't know if you caught the trailer. If you didn't, go watch it right now. It's one of those trailers that I watched over and over because it looks so good. It opens with the clock, right? Because every Salt Lake City trailer has to open with the clock because it's Jen Shah's going to prison. Well, now she's in prison, and now we're just counting down the clock, right, to see when she gets out. She's got another, 5 years? So it's good. We have a newbie. We talked about the cast photos on last week's episode, so the newbie is confirmed. She looks younger. Somebody on Twitter said that it gives them Mia vibes, Mia from Potomac. I agree. It does give me Mia vibes. She's young. She seems fresh. She's trying to keep up with the women. She talks about how she had to go buy a Louis Vuitton handbag to try and keep up with them. There appears to be lots of drama, lots of arguing. I guess we're going to see Heather and Whitney continue to hash it out. Lisa Barlow seems to be at the center of a lot of the drama. We have Mary Cosby back in the mix. And listen, I love me some Mary. I like to drag all the woke people on Twitter that are Mary. They're dragging Ramona, right? Because they hate Ramona. And they're Ramona's a racist. Ramona's this. Ramona's problematic. And then we're not going to hold Mary to that same standard. And we're Mary, we love Mary. And I'm y'all are hypocrites more than you want to call Lala or Sheena for, making up with Sandoval. That's why I don't buy your bullshit on Twitter. But anyway, that said, Mary Cosby, as problematic and cuckoo crazy as she is, which we get in this trailer, because the trailer literally ends with Mary sitting down with Heather Gay, and Heather's do you really think I look inbred? And Mary's yeah. And listen, that's what I love about Mary. My favorite housewives are the ones that are the most problematic and the most chaotic and just the wildest, because they give us the best moments, right? Lisa Rinna, icon. Ramona Singer, icon. Kim Richards, ruthless and toothless, and she was wild. I love me some Kim Richards. Probably my favorite housewife, aside from Brandi Glanville. Chaos. I love chaotic housewives. They make our television more entertaining. I don't hold them to a high moral standard. I don't have a moral compass that I judge them based off of, all the stupid hoes on Twitter. That said, Salt Lake City looks like it's going to be a good season. Comes back, the first week of September. I'm ready for it. I'm let's go all in. I'm here for it. Meredith is back. Heather's back. Whitney's back. This newbie apparently wants to sleep with Seth and with John Barlow. And I'm yes, give me that threesome. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me, quick jump out for you, let it get inside me, tell me, put it in every time where I'm about to be. Oh, I'm here for it. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Oh, it looks good. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the Salt Lake City trailer, but I am ready for it. Jax Taylor has given us his first look at his new spot in Studio City, Jax's. It's still under construction, but he says that he hopes for it to be open soon, which I think is great. I'm here for. I'm ready for Jax's to open up. Like I said, Studio City is a great location for it. I think it's going to do well. I think, I'm ready. I'm literally ready. It's a sports bar, which I think is right up Jax's alley. He has the sign out. It's next to a 77. What is a 77? I don't really know, but it's coming soon, 2023, Jax's Studio City. So I imagine Jax is probably going to try to get this open before Vanderpump Rules. Well, I guess that's not going to happen. There's no way he's going to get it open before the filming of Vanderpump Rules, but at least in time for it to air. By the time it airs, it'll be great promotion for the bar. They can have a watch party there. They can have Vanderpump Rules watch parties there. Like, this is going to be good. I think this is a really smart idea. They have Mima's beer cheese, which I also think is exciting. I'm not going to eat it because I don't drink beer, nor do I eat cheese unless it's non-dairy cheese, which is really just plastic. But like, actually, that's not fair. They're becoming a lot less plastic. They're becoming more of like, what do they make it out of? I don't know. They like melt. I don't know. Some shit. Who knows? But anyway, construction's underway. Jax is getting ready to open it up. The photos we see, the outside, it looks really chill. It looks like a real chill, like bar location spot. Inside, they're piecing it all together. They're getting the bar stools ready. It doesn't look very big. It doesn't look like it's going to be super pretentious like Schwartz and Sandy's. We do see photos of Jax that were caught by the paparazzi, and he's like taking out the trash. They're loading in boxes. So he seems very hands-on with this, which I'm impressed. We're getting Jackson. He's growing up. It looks like there's going to be an indoor and outdoor part of it. They have the heat lamps going. They have decorative lights that they're getting ready to install. So I want to see Brittany bringing her little server tray and getting ready. And she's like, do y'all want some Meemaw's beer cheese? And Jax is like, yeah. And he's behind the bar and he's shaking up some cocktails. And I think it's going to be good. I'm here for it. Because then when Vanderpump Rules and the fame dies down, Brittany's going to be out there, seating the tables. And they're going to have little Cruz. And Cruz is going to be the little bus boy. And I'm here for it. I'm here. You know what they are? They're great hosts. And I love to be a good host. And part of being a good host is having everyone's favorite drink handy, Aperol Spritz. I got you, boo. Who doesn't love a good Aperol Spritz in the summer? Vodka soda with a twist. Easy peasy, easy. Spicy margarita with the tahine rim and a splash of Grand Marnier Cordon Rouge. No problem, baby, because I've got Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Drizzly's here to be your partner in parties, meaning they're here to help you take the grunt work out of the get-together so that you can be a confident host and actually party at your own party. Drizzly's the most convenient way to buy beer, wine, and spirits with delivery to your door when you want it, all from the comfort of your couch. The convenience speaks for itself. Any true Housewives fan knows the importance of being a good party host, and a good host has Drizzly. So download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com right now. Okay, the Vanderpump Rules stars are under fire. Okay, the cast was spotted filming at the beach last week, including Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval. And there's one photo in particular that's got people all up in arms and they're clutching their pearls. And, the photo shows none other than Miss Lala Kent. Give them Lala. Gasp. Hugging Tom Sandoval. Okay. And people are livid and they're slamming her as a hypocrite for the way that she treated him at the reunion. And now she's come out recently on Amazon they both come out. She's come out recently on Amazon Live where she was basically saying like, listen, it's complicated. I've realized some things about myself since the reunion. I realized I was bringing a lot of my own baggage to the table with Randall and my own situation that was crazy and twisted. And, Randall was a really bad guy, but like I can't project my own situations onto other people. And I realized I've been doing that a lot recently. She said that when looking at Tom's affair with Raquel, that maybe, I don't want to say she too harshly judged him. I'm paraphrasing what she actually said, but it was basically like she's done some inner self-reflection, right? Possibly there's been some atonement. Maybe some amends have been made. Maybe he's been working to kind of heal his relationships with everybody because we are still seeing him around. And like, listen, how long are you really going to keep the guy on ice when he has to be around everybody, For me, I'm sure like many of you, I'm kind of over Sandoval at this point. I'm over people grilling him. I'm over people grilling Raquel. Like, we got it all out of our system, right? We had fun. We saw it. We got it. We know that's how the season is going to start with Vanderpump Rules next year. But at what point do we realistically choose to move on and move forward, right? They all have long-standing relationships with each other. They've been friends for many, many years. They've had many ups and downs, fallouts, and come back together. Right? Kristen and Stassi and Jax and Sandoval. Like, remember Sandoval was beating up Jax for sleeping with Kristen, and now Jax and Kristen are friends again, and now it seems that Jax and Tom are friends again. So it's like, that's just how it is. The relationships are always ebb and flowing. They're ever evolving. Kristen and Ariana were able to make amends and become friends again after Ariana stole Kristen's boyfriend. So it's just like, this is just what happens. This is just life, and this is, a group of friends. Not only are they a group of friends, but they also have to film a television show together, right? They have to film because that's how they make their living. So they have to film with Sandoval. So it's probably easier to just make light of it. I think if anything, it's actually better that they're not constantly like beating him up, because that's what the audience wants, right? The audience is like, put him to the fire, hold him accountable, rah, 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 rah. So I think if they were going to listen to the audience and just placate and pander and, only listen to what Twitter says that they want, like, you're never going to please Twitter. But my point is, reality TV is conflict and resolution. That's what these shows have always been. And it appears that there was some conflict, and now there's been some resolution. And I like resolution. I think resolution is great. It helps us move forward. It helps bring, richer storylines. I also think that the same resolution could be granted towards Raquel as well. I think Ariana is probably going to need a little more time, understandably. She's probably never going to want to talk to Sandoval. She's probably never going to want to talk to Raquel. And that's fine, right? She's going to need a little more time. The rest of the cast, however, now that the dust has settled, it seems like people just want to move forward. Who knows what moving forward looks like, but moving forward is what's happening. I think Raquel, had she returned, I think she would have experienced the same. It would have been hard at first, but eventually I feel like the edges would have been softened and they would have been willing to all move forward with her as well. We have to remember that the finale from last season and the reunion were taped immediately after the scandal broke. The reunion was taped within 2 weeks, right? Wasn't it within 2 weeks? They had filmed the tail end of it and the finale, and then they filmed the reunion right after. So emotions were raw. We were raw from Raw. That was the first time Ariana had actually seen Raquel and had a conversation with her. That was the first time any of the cast had a conversation with her or seen her. So it's understandable that they were a little more heightened because the emotions were so raw. Now that the dust is settling, I'm looking forward to seeing what the show brings next season, because I think it's going to be good, and I can't wait to see it. But I'm not mad at Lala. I'm not mad at Sheena for taking a photo. Even Sheena's been posting, commenting and replying to people, and she's like, my God, you haven't even seen the show. And I agree, we haven't even seen the show. We don't know what the show's actually going to entail. So, sheesh, calm down, people. Let's talk about Mauricio, because he was just spotted without his wedding ring, okay? He's in Spain, enjoying some nights out with his boys. Boys, 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 I like boys in cars. Boys, 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 buy us drinks in bars. Boys, 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 with hairspray and denim and boys, boys, boys. Okay, so it appears that they're on a trip for the agency, because it looks like one of the agency executives, Christopher Dyson, he's the one that's sharing some photos from their trip. He even captioned one of them, the best team, which is a group of all the guys. I assume that it's a group trip, not a team trip, not a circle jerk, although it would be hot if it was. But in both of the photos that were posted, Mauricio is not wearing his wedding ring, which is interesting, because I remember when Kyle was not wearing her wedding ring, and I asked Mauricio about it when he was on this podcast. I asked him, I was like, what do you think of Kyle not wearing her wedding ring at the gym? And he's like, well, she shouldn't be wearing her wedding ring at the gym, because then she's going to ruin it, because she's at the gym lifting weights. So it makes sense that she doesn't have her wedding ring at the gym, right? It would mess it up. But in this case, Mauricio doesn't look like he's up in the gym working on his fitness. He's my witness, right? He's literally having a night out with the boys. They're having cocktails. What is your excuse for not wearing it now? Seems a little fishy if you ask me, especially since we just saw the Morgan Wade music video drop where she's getting hot and heavy with Kyle and feeding her strawberries and the whipped cream. And, I was just waiting for her to put whipped cream on her nipples. But Mauricio did comment on the video on Instagram, and he put fire emojis, and he put so good, because obviously he was it was his bait material. But I don't know. Now he's not wearing his wedding ring. It does seem a little suspicious, especially because one of the other guys in the photo has a ring on. It's not, I don't think it's a wedding ring, but it's a band that he has on his middle finger. So it's not like they were doing something that would require them to have to remove their rings. It seems like they should have and could have been wearing their rings, and he was just choosing not to. And I wonder why. That's my question. Why, Mauricio? Why? Only time will tell. Okay, I do have a special announcement, and that's that we are officially launching our Zack Pack hotline. So if you have questions for me, maybe you want a deeper dive into something, maybe you have a hot take, maybe you just want to ask me out, now's your chance, okay? You can call in to 323-389-5915. That's 323-389-5915 and leave me a voicemail. I'll play it and I'll respond right here on the podcast, on the YouTube, on the Spotify, wherever you're getting this content. I will be breaking down your voicemails. We'll tape on our Thursday night Ask Zack live streams, which air on YouTube Thursday nights, and then it'll air on the podcast on Fridays. You already know the drill. It's our last episode of the week, last episode every week. So you can call into our Zack Pack hotline. The hotline number again is 323-389-5915. That's 323-389-5915. Give me a buzz, leave me a voicemail, and stay tuned. Be sure to mention your first name and where you're calling in from, right? So when you go 323-389-5915, and then you call and you can say, "Hi, Zack, this is Rocky Bang Bang from Tucson, Arizona, here to let you know that I'm coming to steal your man," right? Or you can leave a question or whatever the case may be. If you want to be featured on this show, then be sure to leave me a voicemail right now. Give me a buzz, okay? All right, that said, now I've got a special clip from my live show in New York City with the BravBros. Remember, me, Steele, and Shooter took on NYC, and we chatted with Tom Hamlett, who's the host of the Dumpster Dive podcast, and Emily Orozco, who is a reporter at Access Hollywood. She also hosts the Housewives Nightcap podcast for Access Hollywood. So we tackle some Housewives hot takes. We talk about the new Roni. We talk about Bethany leading the strike, leading the reality reckoning, as she calls it. So enjoy.
It's all right. Hold on, I gotta do this because I did it in Philly. It's like my favorite thing to do now that we do live shows. Oh God. New York, how we doing tonight? Fuck out of here. Love it. Love it. Glad to be here.
What have I done to you? Now that we do live shows,
Now that
your
we've
second live show.
Well, here's the thing.
That's two.
A couple.
It's now plural.
I feel like now that we're doing a show in New York City, like we made it. Like this is the city where dreams come true, right? You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Yeah. So like,
That
yeah,
is
we
true.
fucking made it. So yeah, let's fucking go.
And New York is hard to fill a room, and I feel like we filled it.
At least from what I could see.
Oh, yeah,
Looks like
we filled
filled
it.
this shit.
No big deal.
Well, you know we always have hot takes, and we always have hot opinions. Mm-hmm. I feel like we should do some Housewives hot takes to kick off the show.
I like that.
But, I mean, I'm not a real reporter. I'm a fake YouTube reporter. You guys are podcasters. Tom, you host.
Yeah, I host Dumpster Dive podcast.
Dumpster
Check it out,
Dive.
everyone. Yeah.
I feel like, but we need somebody that's a little more credible than the four of us. Somebody that like has a journalistic degree.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that would help. I do like to refer to Shooter and I
Yeah,
as
I do kind of feel like a
journalists.
journalist, yeah.
I mean, more or less.
Write a couple of blogs.
Well, yeah, as much as I'm like a legally blonde, like legal expert now.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we call you Reese.
Well, I feel like we should welcome our very first special guest of the night, straight from Access Hollywood. You know her as the host of the Housewives Nightcap for Access Hollywood. Please welcome Emily Orozco. I put a little credit. Welcome on, and Emily.
What a beautiful, stunning, group of people here tonight.
Thank you.
We brought you for the estrogen, and we brought you for the degree. Because I feel like people will take you seriously.
Shout out to my mom who paid for that degree, Mom.
Shout out Emily's mom. Hell yeah.
Let's give it up for Mom.
Look at me go, Mom, on Zack Peters' podcast. Here we go.
Here we go. So, Should we start with Roni? Because I
We
feel
should.
like you
We
are.
should.
You're,
We
so
should.
we just taped her podcast, Housewives Nightcap, the other
Yes.
day, and
Yes.
I had some very hot takes about Roni, but you love Roni. Can you give us your 30-second
Yes.
pitch as to why this
Yes.
reboot is so great?
Okay,
So that I can tear it apart after.
No.
Zach!
No.
All right, I'm biased because I live in New York City and I love this city. But you guys, Jenna Lyons for me is
She's everything.
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 I love that we finally have a lesbian Roni cast member. Right? We have not had that yet. And she's just like bringing the high fashion. She's classy. She's quirky. She's like weird and different, which we haven't gotten yet. And then, like, I have to say, this group of women to me are actual New York City, socialites. Like, they have real careers. They're just like these awesome, cool women that I have to say are legitimate to New York City and what's going on here, I mean, Bethany said it recently. She just said in the Jill Zarin interview, she was like,
Boo.
Wait, boo on who?
What, did you hear her?
The whole thing? Because it was
Just
awful.
Bethany. Boo, Bethany.
Really?
Did she say
Yeah.
that before or after she massacred that crab?
I don't want to talk
All
about
right.
it.
'Cause
But
that
she
was brutal.
admitted that they did not, those were not really what was going on in New York City. They were acting, and this is more legit for me.
Yeah. I would say real New York City women don't go to Catch, and they didn't.
They did.
I don't think, does anybody go to Catch
Sorry.
anymore?
We messed up in our podcast for our listeners. We called it Craft instead of Catch, and we got a lot of shit for it. So we know we messed it up. It's Catch, not Craft. That's our bad. But to add to the Jenna Lyons thing, I'm a huge Roni reboot fan. I think it's like gonna take Housewives into the next generation. That's my opinion. But I watched it before my wife, who's sitting right over here. You guys can embarrass her real quick. So I watched it before her, and I texted her. I was like, and we're very happily married. We have been for just over a year. And I said, you know what? When you see this, you're going to leave me for Jenna Lyons because she's so cool and so swaggy, and her apartment's so dope that we might be over. You might chase after her.
I think all women have considered that after watching Jenna.
I get it.
Me too. I mean, there's a lot of hurdles that I have to jump through to get from where I am to her, but I think we can figure something out.
Listen, I think Jenna Lyons is ridiculously overhyped. Like,
Oh my God, Zach! What the fuck?
Genuinely?
Drag me Monique. Listen, I think everybody loves the Roni reboot. It's cute. We got one episode, we got two. When we're 6 episodes in, then I think we can form a fully baked opinion. It was a cute start. It was a cute second follow-up. But I don't know.
It's coming. I get what you're saying because we're wondering, who's gonna get divorced? Who's gonna go to jail soon?
Like Salt Lake
we're
City.
not seeing
Everybody
that.
loved
Justice.
Salt Lake City at the beginning, and then Salt Lake City without Jen Shaw's getting arrested would have been total trash. It was
I
really
get what
we
you're
don't-
saying.
Okay, but here's my controversial take, and I don't know where everyone stands on this, but I don't think we need arrests and
No, we don't. No, we don't need that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, everybody hyping it up right now. I'm like, guys, let's see where this goes first.
Yeah, but-
You know
We
what it
need
is?
it.
It's the first date with the guy. He's cute. He gave us attention. He texts us the next morning. Okay, we have to wait till date 4 to see if he's even worth fucking. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Otherwise, he could be a big disappointment.
Yeah, fair.
Look, I feel like
we need to go on a few more dates with the new Roni ladies before we fully develop an opinion.
No, I think that we already saw that we're not going to get the unnecessary toxicity. We're not going to get all the bullshit
We don't
that
know
we've just
that.
been stuck in for the past 2 years.
It does feel refreshing.
Let's just have some fun and enjoy it.
I
we don't have to
agree, I
fucking
agree. Keep it
denigrate
light,
everything.
Zach.
We can have
Keep
fun.
it light.
Yeah, what do you want?
I like toxic garbage.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
answered it.
We'll get to Erica Jane later.
Yeah, we'll get to EJ soon. Don't worry. But I think by calling it cute, that's like saying, "Oh, bless your heart." And I think that there's ways.
That's what he meant.
And I have that same intention when I say that.
I feel it. I can feel it. But I think if you watch it, it's fresh. We've gotten so dragged down with just nonsense and produced shit and just. I don't want to feel like shit when I watch these shows. I watch them to relax and laugh and have a good time. And that's what I did with Roni. I was like, you know what? This is fun. Yeah, clap it up. Give me some. Let's go. Get it up.
No, I agree. It does feel fresh. It does feel fun. It does feel very Sex in the City. I'm just trying to stay in the middle until we see where it goes. I also really loved Real Girlfriends in Paris, and that
So did
wasn't
I.
toxic.
Yeah.
That was
Clap if you
that was
watched
a great
that.
show.
If
But
I
nobody
hear Zach
watched it.
mention this-
But nobody watched it.
I love that
It
show.
was a great
It was
show,
great. Yeah,
and
I agree.
everybody slept on it. And I I don't think we would have really cared or given this a try had we not called it Roni. Had we called it something else, I think a lot of people would have slept on it the same way they slept on Real Girlfriends in Paris.
That's fair. Do you think that they should have, because if you watch like on Peacock, it's season 14 or whatever, episode 1. Do you think they should have done it like a brand new season 1, episode 1?
I feel like they should have, but I also don't think
No,
people would
I
have
agree
tuned
with you.
in.
People would not have tuned
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
We
that makes
needed
sense.
the
This is
Roni.
smart marketing.
We needed to just pass the torch, you know,
good
and that's
point.
what
That's
has.
What would
kept
you
But
have
they
called?
should have
What would
had-
you have called it if we changed it though?
Garbage? No, I'm kidding.
Wait,
not-
I-
you're-
I-
then
I'm
you're
kidding,
not
I'm
in the
kidding, I'm
middle.
kidding.
You
I'm
can't
kidding.
call it garbage.
That was a joke.
Wait, I have a question. Who do we think is like the one old Roni housewife who is gonna try and finagle? I mean, here's the thing.
Ramona.
Eventually,
Ramona.
someone's
No,
gonna try it
Ramona.
on.
No, I don't think Ramona will fuck with the new cast.
It's
Luann.
Ramona.
Yeah, Tinsley.
I
Well,
think Luann.
Tinsley, I would be down for. Yeah. But does that go against the premise of the reboot if we bring in like Leo or Tinsley?
I feel like they
or-
should have done some handing of the torch though. They should have
No.
incorporated.
No, they need a clean break.
No, even
We
if
need
it
to
wasn't
move
on
on.
the even if it wasn't on the show. Let me finish. Even if it wasn't on the show at the premiere party, they should have had the OGs there. Like there should have been some because you need to honor that these other women carried the show for 13
I don't want to
seasons.
see Ramona
Auntie May-
yell at a bunch of people for like an hour at the premiere.
Yeah.
Wait,
You would rather them just throw up on the red carpet?
Yeah, that would be much better. But
That didn't happen, by the way. I was
It
there.
didn't happen.
It did not happen. Jessica
Spill the
did
tea.
not throw up at the carpet.
Allegedly.
She did not. That is a rumor. And then I also want to say Andy did make a beautiful speech at the premiere party honoring the OGs. He did. He said, you know, they carried the torch and passing it on. So that was enough for me. I think if the older women were there, I don't think it would have been good
I have to agree.
for ratings.
I have to agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
How about this? By a round of applause, who's enjoying the new Roni?
I'll clap for that.
a resounding yes.
I said I
big
enjoyed
yes.
it. I just am waiting to see where it goes.
I think that's
And
fair.
I
That's
think
fine.
Twitter's overhyping it. We have to see where it goes. We need time. We need time.
Don't blame Twitter. You mean X?
You mean, yeah, watch your
It's
mouth,
X now.
X.
It's X now.
That's how you know it's toxic when they call it the X.
Yeah, that's fair.
Threads is going off on Roni. It doesn't have to say bring to it.
All right, what should we move on to, Steele? What
All
topic
right. Well,
should we
look,
hit next?
I know that you're chomping at the bit to talk about your girl, Erica Jane. Okay, so let's dive into some EJ. We've seen some scenes with her. She went and visited with the Girardi Keese victim. She's starting to. Much needed wins are in her favor. We got the earrings
I heard
back,
it.
right? So that's a big. I said on our podcast, I was like, that's a big win for Zach actually, because Zach has been in her corner all the way. He's going to tell you that he's more down the middle, but he's an EJ fan. So I want to get your take. Is this going to be Erica's comeback season? Is she going to give us like the big? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm asking Zach. Settle down.
Obsessed with
We'll
you.
hear
These
from you
people
guys
paid for
later.
premier seating and they think they can get in the show.
Yeah, well, we'll get to you
Back
later.
off
Don't
over
worry.
there.
Damn, this is my show and I am getting dragged tonight.
No, it's all on a
No,
love.
I think this will be Erica's redemption season. I think Kyle's gonna have a hard season.
Yeah.
We know Garcelle and Sutton are coming hard for her marriage. That's gonna be interesting to watch because Kyle and Mauricio, I think, are such a solid people's reaction to their split, I think, is going to be very telling, especially considering people love Garcelle and Sutton so much that I think going into the season, the audience is going to be conflicted when they watch it because I think they're going to come at Kyle hard, and people don't want Kyle and Mauricio to break up. As much as they want to believe that he's been cheating on her, whatever the case may be, I think people still are rooting for that relationship because we want to see these relationships last.
I agree.
That makes sense.
That's what I'll say about Beverly Hills. About Erica, I do think this will be her redemption season. The meeting the victims, because I did hear somebody roll their eyes over there. I was there because I was invited by the victims, and the victims were the ones that invited her. She did not know that it was going to be filmed. There was no press that was invited. The reason it got picked up in the press. No, I called.
Was it you?
No, I didn't call.
That's
I
bullshit.
brought my friend who is a reporter at Page Six. They told me I could bring somebody, and I was like, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna bring my friend from Page Six, and then it happened. Page Six happened to get an exclusive. But there it wasn't a planned press event. The LA Times was filming a separate documentary with one of, not the victims, but Kimberly Archie, who's in the Hulu documentary. She launched a new ice cream. It wasn't ice cream for charity, so they were doing that already. Erica came in like the last 48 hours before the event, and they weren't even sure she was gonna actually show up, and she did. And
Yeah,
mean,
but
I'm the reason it
Zach,
got into the press.
we all have iPhones. She knew that we would all be taking pictures.
No, she didn't, because when she walked in, she didn't even expect to see any of us there.
Look, here's
Oh,
what
that's
I'll
the
say.
that's a
question.
good question.
That's the question.
Well, I don't think Erica. I don't think Erica leaves the house.
She showed up in sneakers.
Yeah, I don't think Erica leaves the house without like semi-glam. Yeah.
She looked presentable.
Yeah.
But so, listen.
Presentable as you're cute too. They've all falls under the same. You're like,
Yeah,
she's
it's-
presentable.
Look, I will say, I actually.
Listen, hold on. The last point that I'll make about the victims is I know a lot of people don't want to believe that it's genuine, but what I will say is in talking to the victims, leaving their conversation with her, they felt good. And that's the only thing that matters to me. Her ego, her validation is whatever. They felt good. They got closure. And the conversation did not start well. The conversation was heated, and they gave it to her up front. And then they all collectively came together. And I think collectively they will work together to hold the men that committed these crimes responsible. We can blame the trophy wife, but these men are the ones that committed the crimes. They tried to flee the country, and they're in an old folks' home with their Alzheimer's and dementia.
Then what's her excuse for being in such denial last year to victims?
No, well, okay.
She's claimed that there weren't any victims.
No, she did not
She
claim
questioned
that.
whether there were victims.
She said that they were alleged victims, and
that's a question.
Okay, well, I mean, yes, it is a question, and I mean, the legalities of it is like, yes, everybody at that point was saying, hey, I'm entitled to money. And the process, the due process that everybody deserves, like, takes time for them to investigate that. The Girardi-Keys books were so messed up that, like, and now they're going through that. And all these lawsuits that have come out against her are continuing to be dismissed. So these were allegations, and the allegations are being proven wrong, with exception for 2 cases, and those 2 cases have been linked to the bookkeeper that worked at Girardi-Keys who tried to sneak off to the Bahamas and then got arrested.
So I'm down the middle with Erica.
But you don't hear about that on the news.
I'm not anti-Erica Jane. I just wanted to see what you would say. I'm down the middle. I actually agree with you. I think this is going to be a big year for her. I thought she was going to have a big year last year. Like the first episode that I watched of Beverly Hills, I even said that. I was like, this is going to be the year of Erica Jane. She's going to have a big season, whatever. Then all this shit came out. I'm on your team here. I think that this is going to be a good year for her. I do agree. I think Kyle's going to have a really, really tough go, which is a bummer because I'm not rooting against, I don't think any of us root against marriages actively. So, like, I would like to see her and Mauricio figure their shit out. But I do think that we're going to see Erica Jane kind of rise to the top and have a much more fun season this year. Not nearly as dark, not nearly as...
Do you think that's because Rin is not there? Do you think that she has the only escape for her is to support other people?
I think so.
She doesn't have Rinna there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I don't know. I want to give her, like, the cleanest slate I can. I understand there's still some baggage there. We still got to sift through some of this bullshit. But I think if we give her a fair shake, as we do with every housewife, I think it's funny that we pick and choose, like, what housewives we continue to drag season after season, even though they all fuck up all the time. But certain ones get, like, pinpointed and targeted for extended periods of time, but they all break the law. They all go to fucking jail. They all do stupid shit. They cheat. That's why we watch this shit. So, like, let them do their thing, guys. Like, this is what Bravo is.
I don't think the audience is ready for an Erica Jane redemption season. I don't think we're ready. I really don't.
She is.
You're ready?
Someone is.
She is.
Okay.
I think that they will be probably by the end of the season. I think a lot of people will go in reluctantly.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, if people go back and watch that first season when everything broke and the divorce happened, if they watch it back, I think looking at it with today's lens, people would feel differently about the things that actually were said on camera. I think people went into it wanting to believe that she was a liar, and now there have been, again, several lawsuits and things that have been in her favor. She won her appeal with the earrings. She was on appeal for legal reasons, and she won the appeal for legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
I do think she should have given the earrings back, and I've been very clear. I've always said I defend her culpability, but I don't defend the likability because she doesn't come off very likable.
No, but I will say, in person, you can tell. I've interviewed her a couple times. You can tell there's a hard shell. Yeah. But inside, she's not so bad. And that comes off in person. I think on TV, she comes off pretty harsh.
But
yeah, I know.
But when all of you're being questioned by the world about whether or not you knew that your husband was coming home and cooking dinner from orphans and widows' monies, like you have to have your guard up at that point.
You think he was cooking dinner?
What?
You think he was cooking
Buying
dinner?
What is she paying you?
One positive thing about her that I'll say that is unrelated to any victim. The music slaps, okay? It does regardless. And seeing her dance at SoFi Stadium on someone's Instagram.
Were you there? I was like, were you there?
No, not there. But I'm excited. I mean, more music. I mean, that's what a housewife who's like a silly like pop star for the gays. I mean, I'm here for that.
Pat the puss. Pat the puss.
Yeah, pat the puss.
Pat the puss, baby.
Pat the puss.
It's all good. I like that stuff.
All right. What should we move to next, Shooter?
I think everybody kind of wants to hear a little Vanderpump recap at this point. Why don't we
That's
just
a
give
little-
the people what they want?
Is
and
this
we'll
where I
just
get to
it
defend
going?
Tom Sandoval since
Yes,
I'm the
exactly.
villain? I won't. I'm not.
We're gonna
I
cause a
won't, I
riot.
promise.
No, we're just ganging up on Zach at his show.
No, I was on his team with Eric.
No, it's Steele's turn, actually. Steele likes Tom.
What?
Just kidding.
No. Don't put that out there. No, let's talk some VPR because there's a lot of shit going on with Vanderpump right now. We're getting a lot of behind-the-scenes look at this next season filming. We've gotten Rachel coming in. We can call her Rachel without being mean. She wants to be called Rachel now, so it's not a dig. But
Clean slate.
yeah, no.
Rachel's
God,
cool.
All
Raquel
right, I'm gonna
sucks.
stop talking. You guys keep trying to gaslight me.
I
I'm sick
think-
of it. I'm sick of it.
I think her mental health thing is all fake.
You
I
really-
think she's
This is-
doing it for the narrative, and she wants.
We think.
Because here's the thing:
tend to agree.
you don't go
Yeah.
and ask the network. You don't leave reality TV to address your mental health for 2 months and then come out and then go right back into it and say, "I want more money."
Yeah.
You want the money, and if you want the money, say, "I want the money," and bitch, get your check. But if you don't want the money and it's about your mental health, then don't go back to
But
the
do you
ex
only
that
do you think
screwed
that she
up.
went to the mental health retreat because Tom went on a mental health retreat and he told her, "Hey, this might be good exposure for you.
mental
Maybe this is
health
good
retreat.
PR."
Maybe,
our
probably.
biggest qualm is with her family. Who the fuck in their right mind is letting their daughter go
I
back
agree.
into this shit show like it's gonna ruin you? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't trust her family's judgment because they also
Oh, they're
dumped her
pageant, they're
dog.
pageant parents.
They
yeah.
got rid of
Yeah.
Graham. I know. Graham Cracker. Graham Cracker.
He's not Graham Cracker. No. What's his new name?
Wait, he's been
He has a new
renamed.
name.
What's his new name?
Hippie the dog.
Can you rename a dog midlife?
Sure.
Just
When the dog gets
interested.
returned to an adoption agency, sure, go ahead and do it.
I feel like that's mean. Keep calling it Graham.
At least he's got a family.
I'm interested to know if the audience wants her back. Do you guys want Rachel
yeah.
back? No.
Okay, second question. Follow-up question. Do you want her back to see her like redeem herself, or
No.
Can she redeem
No,
herself?
we want to drag her.
We
but
want
we
her to-
want the fresh new Roni because it's not toxic.
y'all. I have to just. Sometimes, last time I was doing a show with Zach, I had a moment like this where like, take yourself out of it, and like we just said, I don't believe her mental health. We don't want her to have a job, and everyone's like, yes. But I agree. I don't think I think she's lying, and I don't think we need her back, and
We can get
no
her
one
back.
cares.
The only two things I want to see her back for are, one, I want to see her and Sheena sit down because they didn't get to have that moment at the reunion. And I just want to see what's going on with her and Sandoval. Like, either tell him off and you're done because you're now empowered
True,
or whatever,
true.
or go all in. Like, I don't know, do something. I would have loved if they would have given us, throwback to the early 2010s, Spidey,
Yeah.
Spencer, and Heidi. If they would have gone full villain mode and given us that, they would have earned their. Spencer and Heidi were doing 99-cent store endorsement deals at the opera. They
no.
were making their paycheck.
Yeah, people who work, they are work.
They committed. These two won't
Kim
commit. It's like
Kardashian's right.
they want to be
People need
liked,
to
but
get
they
up
want to
and
be
work.
hated. They commit to the villain or not. I don't know, though. I have to say, as a woman, it's bothering me that we're seeing Sandoval filming. We all know he's getting that paycheck. And I do kind of hate that the woman is out now, not at least getting the paycheck, I gotta say. And I'm not a Rachel lover.
No, I think that's a fair point. I think that it's interesting to watch as like the fallout continued to happen. Somehow, the finger got pointed at her more so than him. Let's
always
not forget.
happens.
I know, but it
always
is
happens
100%
still.
bullshit. We agree. It's
Kind
not
of like
fair.
Erica Jane.
No.
There we go.
We're not taking it back.
Those
We're
are
running
not
that.
similar.
Well, hold on. Let me have a question for our illustrious panel here. As we're seeing more and more clips come out, we're seeing a lot of people in the group are sitting down with Sandoval. They seem to be having fun with Sandoval. Sheena's taking pictures with Sandoval. There's a lot of stuff going on. Look, she can go out and tweet whatever. Oh, we were doing it for Lisa, this and that. Like, bullshit. I want to know, do you guys think that everyone's kind of like smoothed it over? Who do you think in the group's cool with Tom now?
I mean, I don't know numbers, but I have to assume the check is insane.
Oh, yeah.
To sit down with
Yes.
like the world's most hated man. So
Yes.
I would. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't.
Oh, we
honestly.
would. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, we would.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
not
of
above
course
that.
it's a TV show though, so like optics, sure,
Yeah.
but
Can you be bought, Tom? Can you
yeah,
be
I
bought?
can. Anyone want to buy me?
We certainly can.
Yeah.
He's owning it.
All right, we'll start the auction at.
I know for sure Lala is not warming up to Sandoval, okay?
Well, here's the problem with Lala right now.
Here we
that
go.
Her and Stassi are sitting around talking about how they got the short end of the stick. They didn't have to go through all the nice things that Ariana went through. Do we feel like she's a little bitter at this point? Like I feel like she rode. I feel like she rode the check for a little while.
I understand why people perceive that as them two sounding bitter. I genuinely think they were just talking about their experience and why they were just like, listen, we got cheated on too, and we didn't get millions of dollars. I think they were just acknowledging it.
It's
I
a much
really
different
don't
scenario.
Think that
She
they're
But they
cheated
got
on by
millions of
Jax.
dollars because someone else got cheated on.
That's
like, the
also
only
true.
reason that Lala is doing so well right now is because Ariana got cheated on.
Agree.
So just be grateful and just leave it alone.
I think I don't like the word bitter, but I think they were a little salty. And as they should be, they had to get cheated on and didn't get to make millions off of it.
It wasn't the
but
same
also at the
situation.
same time, Stassi and Lala are two of the most successful ones to come out of Vanderpump Rules. Like
true.
Stassi
That's
literally
true.
has been canceled and off TV and is sold out her tour. Like Stassi's doing fine.
She is.
She is.
All right. Let's shift real quick.
It got dark.
Things got a little dark for a second. Let's cheer it up a little bit.
Let's take it. It was like
pull
Kathy and Rinna Dark.
Yeah, everyone, let's do a little
Reboot.
woosah. Let's do a little woosah. Calm down. Bring the heart rate down a little bit. Let's move on. We got, if anybody is keeping up with any Bravo profile right now, you see Nene Leakes went on an interview with Carlos King. So a lot of things were said by Nene Leakes. I think it's interesting that she chose now of all times to come out and speak out on this, but I would love to hear your guys' opinion on some of the things that she said regarding...
There was a lot said.
There was a lot said.
There was a lot said. Okay, for me, because Cynthia's my girl, and I love Cynthia, I do not like that Nene is saying Cynthia tried to stop her bag, because Cynthia did not do that. I don't know where that is coming from, and I don't like allegations without facts behind it.
How do you feel about her claiming that she was only on the show because of Peter Thomas?
Oh, well, we talked about this. I'm very angry about that.
I would like you to share it with our audience.
Okay, so to say that a woman, sorry, I sound like I am like on a feminist podcast, but I do support my women, especially Cynthia. Yes.
Ramona would be so proud.
Yes. And I'm like, to say that Cynthia is only on the show because of her man is so low. It's so incorrect. I don't know if I have any Cynthia fans out here, but she performed, okay? Cynthia performed on that show, and she's like one of the OGs without being one. So to say that Peter, like, please, he's nobody. Where is he now? We don't know, because we don't care.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, he is on Potomac.
He's on
actually.
Potomac.
I know,
He's on
but
a different show.
Yeah, he went to a
what's
different
he
show.
getting paid? Nothing. Come on.
No, he's not. Here's my thing with both of them. Carlos, first of all, respect. He built both New Jersey and Atlanta to be what they are today. So we must respect his name in that way. But I'm like, he's just obsessed with getting headlines out of shows he doesn't work on anymore. Let's maybe redirect this. But I mean, if he gets to sit down with Nene, I'm listening. With Nene, I love her. And I mean, who doesn't love Nene? I mean, we've all shared, literally every person here has shared a Nene meme at some point. She
Even
is
if
one
you
of the...
hate Nene, you love her.
Yeah, right. Well, right. And Nene I just wish she would continue to take more space from all things reality, especially with what's going on with her family. I'm like, I don't know why we don't need to talk about that. And I really didn't like that Carlos brought it up with her. It was like, I think the Cynthia stuff is
relevant.
fun to listen to
It's
and
relevant.
Yeah. But like her family, I'm like, Carlos, I don't think that's needed. So I want them both to just kind of take a second away from the franchises because it's not worth it.
Do you think that she saw that Atlanta's kind of floundering a little bit this season and took advantage of that and kind of jumped back on the scene and took this opportunity to kind of like get back in the spotlight?
I mean, probably. I mean, she knows what she's doing. Wait, did anyone see the promo for her song with, is it Bia or B-I-A? I forget how you say her name. But
yeah,
it starts with her, her bling, 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 bitches is mad. Like the whole rap starts with that. Did anyone see that? I'm obsessed with it. I watched it 10 times today.
I think Nene's calculated. She's very, very smart. She knows how to get a paycheck. She knows how to work the system. Nene has I think on Instagram, she has like one of the most followed housewives, so she knows what she's doing. something's coming, and this was very calculated.
I just wish she would have gone on and because she had so many things going for her, and then she went to go come back at Bravo. Like Bethany, when you bite the hand that feeds you and you go, move on from it. Keep going on and upward. Don't go back, because then I think that's when the audience gets turned off, because we also know that that's where they started, and we don't want there to be discourse. Bethany looks like a fucking idiot right now, being like, Andy Cohen and I came up together, and I'm gonna save all the reality stars. It's such a bad look on her.
While eating crab.
What?
While eting crab.
While eating crab in her hotel room.
At a Home Goods, and I love Home Goods, but I don't think we need Bethany there.
No, she's I wish Nene would have continued to go on and do her thing and collect her other paychecks without coming up.
I don't know though.
And same thing with Carlos King. I wish, and Beth, all of these people that leave the network and then they think that they're better than the network and then they want to trash the network later. But it's but you were also complicit in that culture for as long as you decided to stay there because the paycheck was good. And when the paycheck went away, now you want to be bitter.
Yes.
But do you think she's trying to
100%
trash the network because she's spurned for not being on anymore, and she's trying to come back? Because in this
she tried to sue the fucking network.
Well, because maybe she wants to still be on the show at this point. So that's the thing, is in the current housewife culture, they're bringing people like Tamara back to a dying franchise like OC, and they're like, yeah, this will fucking work. We'll see what happens. Maybe if Atlanta's having a down season, they are.
I think she would have had an opportunity to come back the same way they brought Bethany back.
But once you start doing
once you sue the network and you go that hard, I think you burn that bridge.
That makes sense.
And that's the thing, is you always have to keep those relationships good because you never know where it's going to go. And look, Bethany didn't know that she was ever going to come back to Housewives. And she came back, and it helped revive Housewives when it did. And that was great. And they brought Dorinda in, and Bethany and Dorinda together were great.
Bethany is dangerously close, I think, from never coming back to.
Oh, yeah.
Dangerous. She's walking a very fine line
And not on her
now.
own accord, either.
She needs to go away. I'm sick of it.
She's what?
No.
she's
She
gonna come
needs
back
to. Bethany?
Yeah. What are
She
you?
just needs to stop being online.
Yes, I agree.
They need to turn
Agreed.
off her Instagram account. If I see her, and that's the problem. And we talk about this a lot. We hate watching people eat on TV, period. So, I'm going to keep going back to the crab thing. How the fuck?
It's gotta be the worst thing to fucking eat on TV. That's gotta be the worst.
You're trying to rally people for a
You're
union.
sucking
You're
down crab legs. No.
I watched the whole thing. I watched it 3 times.
Why?
I watched. So she's doing something right. It's so gross. It's good.
God.
I love it. She made me want crab.
I can't do it. I don't like
No.
If you haven't watched it, don't.
Don't do
Watch
it.
it.
Don't do it.
Watch
Don't do it.
I couldn't
But
get
now
through
pull
it.
down the projector. Let's play it right here real quick.
So weird. It's so gross. Okay, should we take a couple of audience Q&A questions? What
You
are
guys
some
got
hot
juice?
takes you want? We haven't talked about that you want to talk about. Tom has the mic, so he'll float around, whether it's a question or just a hot take you want from the audience.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the back.
Raise your hand. Oh, she's standing up. She's like,
Yes,
pick
the
me.
front.
to see.
The front's been
She's
so vocal.
jumping.
Dirk?
She's gonna do a backflip.
Okay. Hi. What's your name?
Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Okay, everyone say hi, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
I feel like I'm at an AA
Danielle
meeting.
from where?
From Bergen County in New Jersey,
Jersey.
across the bridge. I would like all of you to indulge me and tell me, if you were a housewife, what would your opening line be?
I got that.
Oh, we've done this before.
We got that.
Great question.
Can we cue the music?
Oh, we didn't make you do this. All right.
Okay.
Want me to go first?
Let me go first because yours is actually better than mine. I have to say it. No, we've done this. So, our first episode ever, we were trying to come up with bits to do. You need segments and all that. My first thought was tagline freestyle. So we've actually done this before. My tagline, I played baseball for a little while. So mine was, I might have been a minor league baseball player, but I'm a major league shit talker, or something like that. Something along those lines.
Not bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad.
Mine was, if you try to gaslight the gaslighter, you're gonna end up on E.
It's really fucking good. And I gave him time to prepare, and I was so proud of mine, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fuck him up on this one. And I dropped it. I was like, mm-hmm. And he goes, play it again. And I hit it. And he dropped that, and I was like, fuck. That was so good. What's yours?
Okay, I'm coming up with this on the whim. I'd have to, obviously, branding-wise. My photos may be filtered, but my words never are.
Ooh.
Oh, that's good, Zach.
That's good.
Okay, Emily, you're
Oh,
up.
you guys, I've thought about this so many times in my life, and I've like never been able to solidify one. I feel like my cousin's out there, and he might know one. Do you know one, Kev? Can you think of one? All right, I feel like, okay, well, I interview
This
celebrities.
isn't phone a friend.
I know, but like he is my friend. I interview celebrities, right, for a living. So I feel like it's like now that we were talking about mukbang, I'm kind of thinking like I might interview the stars, but I love a good mukbang.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Tom,
that's
you're
great.
out there, dude. What's yours?
So I think I would just reuse Vicky's season 1. I don't want to be old. She literally says that. Watch the opening. She goes, I don't want to get old.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, we have another question over here.
Let's do two more questions.
What's your name?
My name's Marcella.
Hi, Marcella.
Hi, Marcella.
I'm from Florida originally, and I've never heard this podcast before, but I'm a Meghan King stan. And I'm loving it so far. I would love to hear you guys explain your position. Are you Team Teresa or Team Melissa?
Oh, here we fucking go.
Fuck no.
Thank you.
Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this to us?
Was everybody? Wait, hold on.
Can we go back to your point about how we don't like the toxicity and we love the fresh roni?
I don't like. Was everybody checked at the door for weapons before we start getting into this?
Wait,
no brass knuckles.
I am wearing Skims, and according to Kim Kardashian, the Skims protects you from bullets.
All right,
That's
that's
a
a
good
good
one.
point.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Okay, you
It's a
can
good one.
start.
All right, I'm from Jersey, so
Yes,
I
you're a
feel
Jersey
like
girl.
this is really my Super Bowl. Team Teresa all the way. Okay? You guys, okay. Teresa all the way.
Wait. Let me pass the baton off onto you now.
Whoa.
Let them drag you.
But here's the
I've
thing.
interviewed both ladies. I've socialized with both ladies, and I can promise you, in person, Teresa is the one that's gonna be like, come over, hang out. Here's my. No, she is a good. I'm telling you, she is warm. Love her. Love her. Might be strategy, but energy is everything. And I gotta say, Melissa's energy is not it. It's not it. And I got a lot of hate on TikTok for this, and I'm standing by it.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
The interesting thing, though, is if had you said Team Gorga, you would have gotten the same exact reaction from this crowd because it's so 50-50 split. When we post about anything, either Gorga or Teresa related, it doesn't matter. And we are so down the middle. Shooter, who do we like?
So we are actually team fucking no one.
Because they both
fuck
suck.
both of them.
They both stink. Here's why. Look, here's why.
Neither of them are good. It makes no sense. They both suck. They both do shitty things to each other. Neither one does anything good. It's like, I don't know, who fuck cares? Just both of them need to go away and let's just reboot Jersey at this point and just go ahead. We're over it.
But here's the thing. I did try. So when we watched last season, we tried to stay right down the middle the whole time. And regardless, no matter what we posted, if it was about Teresa, it was just about Teresa. We didn't have an opinion one way or the other. It was just about her. And everyone's like, oh, these Teresa stands, you guys are the worst. And then we were like, okay, we're going to do a Gorga thing. We posted about Joe Gorga, just about him. It was like nothing opinionated. Oh, you guys are Team Gorga. These guys are assholes. So you can't win either way.
Hate is real.
But if
The
either
hate
of them
is
want to
real.
pay us,
It's crazy.
if we want to get paid from either side as we get yelled at for it, we'll take the money and we'll claim whatever we want.
Everybody claims that we are on somebody's payroll. One.
Fucking
we are
wish.
not above that. We will take
be
anybody's
boss.
money and say whatever the fuck they want. Okay? But two, we're not on anybody's pay. None of us up here get paid by Bravo to say shit. Everyone thinks podcasters are like in the pockets of these Bravo lebs. Nobody is. We just have opinions and then people tell us what we do with our lives. Sorry, that got personal.
Okay,
You would
Zach?
like to be paid by Bravo.
Do you get paid by Bravo?
No, I don't
Yeah,
get
I don't
paid
get
by
paid by
Bravo.
What?
Huh? Do you?
What?
Your turn. Do you get paid by Bravo?
Tom?
I have gotten
I'm
paid
not
by
getting paid
Bravo.
For an
when-
opinion?
I have gotten paid by Bravo when they use clips of my podcast on the show.
See,
That
exactly.
makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
same, actually. Sorry
so,
about that. Yes.
But you're not getting paid
That's
by an
different.
individual. That's my point. None of us get paid by individuals. As far as Joe versus Teresa,
Yeah,
Melissa
no.
versus Teresa.
They're not paying people. Come on,
No,
they don't got
nobody does.
They don't got it like that. Okay, let's do one more question.
Yeah, one more question. I saw my straight friend in the front. My first straight friend.
Hold on. Can you stand up real quick?
Boys.
Bobby, can you stand up and show your
Yes,
shirt real quick? This is a BravBros t-shirt right here. We sell, yeah.
All right, long-time listener, first-time caller.
I love that.
What's your guys' stance on the Cheesegate and Caviar Gate in New York? Would you ever host a party for any of these ladies in Rhony? Because I know where I stand, and I would.
Thank you. That's true. I am. Okay, I'll start it then. I would 100% host them. I think that with the Cheesegate thing, a lot of people that aren't big on the new Rhony, or they're still like tiptoeing around whether or not they're going to watch it or buy into it, we're kind of like riffing on the fact that the first thing was about cheese. For me, that was the perfect caveat to start a new season because the drama wasn't so toxic. It wasn't so over the top. It's about fucking cheese. It's funny. It's light. It's easy. That's what I need. I need a little charcuterie board. I need some cheese right now, baby. I don't need the heavy shit yet. We can get there. We'll get there, and hopefully it's not arrests and divorces and cheating and all that shit all the time.
But there was also a resolution to the whole thing.
Correct.
It's not like somebody held some cheese grudge for 6 weeks.
Exactly.
And we had to fucking deal with it in November at this point.
Exactly.
Like Beverly Hills.
That was bizarre. That
Wait,
was
that was
bizarre. This
So
woman's
if they-
spending, sorry, I didn't
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But she's spending, I don't know about you guys, but like the last time I checked, caviar is expensive. I love
We have a
caviar.
caterer. There was a caterer dedicated to caviar.
She had
in another life.
Probably spent a good $2-3 grand with the catering and the caviar, and these women coming in being like, "Oh, I need carbs, I need this, I need that." Like, come on! At the premiere party for Rhony, I did interviews, and I told Erin I will come over for caviar any day, sis.
I love Erin.
Same. She's
Erin
fabulous.
and Sai. Erin and Sai are my two favorites, and Prince Q.
What don't you like about Erin? I saw that little casual.
Look. Whoa.
He's gotten sassy because he has a mullet now.
Yeah, I got a little attitude because I got a mullet for the show, so don't worry about it. But
God.
Wait, do we like the mullet?
Yeah, how do we feel about the mullet?
Wait, okay, we're gonna team mullet and team no mullet. So
here.
team mullet. Team no mullet.
I think that team no mullet won. That's a
Wow.
bummer.
And I approve the mullet.
You approve. That's all that matters. My wife is so supportive of me. She said, "If you like it, I like it," and that's why I love her so much. Yeah, that's all that matters. She's a trooper. But I do understand that I walk in the house looking like a total idiot, and she's like, "It's great." Woo! Another stupid. I get a lot of stupid haircuts, and she has to bear with me, but she always does, and she's the best. So, thank you, Dev. Love you. Yeah, round of applause for Dev. Round of applause for Dev.
Hey, whoa.
Sorry.
You are skirting around the question, buddy.
I know.
Why don't you like Erin?
I'm not anti anybody on the Rhony cast with Erin. Anytime I get the defense from a housewife, it was a joke. It was not a joke. They're talking about the Cheesegate thing again, right? And she apparently made a comment about the cheese because Sai said that's weird about the cheese, and then she had an opinion about Sai saying that, and she goes, "I never said that," and then immediately goes, "It was a joke." Anytime I hear it's a joke, I'm like, it wasn't a joke. You just got caught. It's okay. Just own up to it. It's not a big deal. It's fucking cheese. Own up to it and move on. So, do I hate Erin? No, absolutely not. Am I a big Erin fan? No. She's at the bottom of my power rankings for now. But she can move up quick. It's early. It's early. It can move up. Yeah, it's really early. That's all.
It's early.
It's
I was
early.
saying
Oh,
that
now
20
you-
minutes
now
ago.
Yeah, you did
Dude,
just
wait,
wait.
You're giving Zack way too much power over
here.
here.
I know.
Yeah.
Move on. Someone else go.
All right. Well, this has been fun. We've had a lot of very hot takes tonight.
So fun.
Tom, I know we're going to keep you around to do Q&A later. Emily,
Thank you
for being in the show
Thank you
tonight.
so much.
Guys, give it up. Give it up for Emily. Tune in to Housewives Nightcap. I was on it this week, me and Cynthia Bailey, so go and tune in.
Yes.
And please go and read up all of Emily's articles on Access Hollywood. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Zach's a regular guest. Please subscribe to Access Hollywood's YouTube channel, Housewives Nightcap, and you guys will see us interview every housewife there is. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, that's our show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Please, let's pray I have a good, speedy recovery. I will be back on the podcast on Wednesday, hopefully with my vision super clearly, because Jesus is going to clear my eyes. He's going to clear my vision. But anyway, be sure to catch our Tuesday book clubs. We have a the rebroadcast will live on YouTube, but we go live every Tuesday. I will probably not be live this Tuesday, though, now that I'm thinking about it. So we'll end up skipping book club this week. We'll pick it back up again. We are reading Audrina Patridge's book, Choices to the Hills and Back. It's right here. You can get a copy in my Amazon storefront. That's amazon.com/shop or amazon.com/shop/Zack Peter. Amazon.com/shop/Zack Peter. The link should be in the description below. A recap of the first 4 chapters is now up on the YouTube, so if you want to catch up and get your copy until next week we'll be breaking down chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we'll wrap up with 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So no book club this week. I will be getting my LASIK eye surgery. I will be recovering, but we'll pick back up on the 22nd. Until then, you can always keep up with me at Just Plain Zack all over the internet. You can follow at No Filter with Zack on the Instagram. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you're not doing so already. That's youtube.com/JustPlainZack. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, be it Spotify, be it Apple, please be sure to leave me a nice review if you're enjoying the content. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. I read them. I love them. Thank you. And don't forget to leave me a voicemail on the Ask Zack hotline, 323-389-5915. That's 323-389-5915. Give me a buzz, and I will call me, beat me. If you want to reach me, if you want to page me, it's okay. It's the Kim Possible song. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you this Wednesday. Only podcast episode. I'm coming for you. All right. Ciao for now.